Hey guys, Simon here and welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that was brought up by another MTG YouTuber who I enjoy quite a bit, MTGLion. Now, if you don't know MTGLion, his channel covers a variety of different MTG topics, with a specific focus on the financial aspect of the game. Like I said, I enjoy his stuff a lot and really suggest you guys checking him out. Now, the video in question that he posted was titled Shadows over Innistrad, Please Don't Ruin It. As you can ascertain from the title, he has some cautious optimism with the return to Innistrad. In his video, he talks about how Wizards messed up with their return to Zendikar, and how he hopes that they don't follow the same road in Shadows over Innistrad. He believes that BFZ was done poorly in that it didn't feel anything like the original set, and he fears the same thing could happen to Innistrad. When I watch this video, I see he makes some good points, but at the same time, I actually believe Battle for Zendikar was a pretty fitting homage to the original set. His main argument was that the cards don't feel anything like they did back in Zendikar, which is something I completely agree with. But for me, at the same time, that doesn't define how a set feels. Yes, when compared to the original Zendikar, cards in BFZ are a lot weaker. Landfall isn't nearly as impactful as it was, the Eldrazi of course lost their Annihilator ability, and then you have the exclusion of fetch lands. A lot of people associated these things to the original Zendikar, so if Wizards was gonna really try to recreate that nostalgia feel for players, why were these things lost in BFZ? Well, it comes down to the design of the game. There's a reason why we didn't get a new Stoneforge Mystic, or Jace the Mind Sculptor, or even the Annihilator ability back. They just didn't fit into the standard Wizards is trying to make. I mean, with Landfall alone, if it was made too good, you'd only see aggro Landfall decks as everything else was slowed down. Wizards not going for these reprints is another argument I'd like to use on those who believe the company is only returning to past planes as like a cash grab. It's clear that while we are returning to Zendikar as a plane, it's just a completely changed world and playstyle. If they were really gonna go all out and steal our money, they'd just reprint Zendikar card for card. That's not expanding the game, it's just rehashing old content, which is worse overall. I think Battle for Zendikar does just enough to make it feel like we're in Zendikar, while still providing the change they want for Standard and also bringing us new cards. For one, we got the iconic full art lands. These don't really mess with the game in any significant way, so it was a nice nod to the original set. We also got some key abilities back like Landfall and Allies. Landfall may have been neutered a little, but it's still there, and Allies brings with it a fresh new way to play that mechanic. Eldrazi are back, which was huge in the original set. Yes, they lost Annihilator, but they're still devastating when played, all without an annoying OP mechanic that everyone hated to play against. Instead, they get this really flavorful ingest mechanic, which is really fitting for the Eldrazi. So we get the flavor of Zendikar without all the same old rehashed stuff. But of course, to me, the main thing that makes this feel like Zendikar is the storyline. I know this may not be a factor to many other players, but to me, a story really defines the set. With BFZ, I think we're getting a really fleshed out world which brings with it a feeling of the original Zendikar and including with it a new plot and characters. At the end of the day, the plane we travel to is nothing more than an aesthetic, a theme. Just because we're returning to Zendikar or Innistrad or wherever, doesn't mean we'll literally travel back in time and get all the things we loved from that set. It's just a means by which they can expand the story in a linear sense. The story looks to be pointing us back to Innistrad, so to Innistrad we must go. Does that mean they'll reprint Gristlebrand or Snapcaster Mage from the original set? No, and we shouldn't expect that. We should expect new and fresh ways to play the game. That's what we got in BFZ, and that's what I'm looking forward to in Shadows over Innistrad. Again, I made this video not because I think MTGLion's opinion is wrong, quite the contrary. I believe everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and he has some solid concerns. I just had a slightly different opinion on the matter, and thought it would be cool to open up a dialogue and start a conversation about the topic. Conflicting opinions, when discussed in a non-trolly way, can really expand people's understanding of a topic. So yeah, in any case, this was just my opinion on Magic the Gathering returning to past planes, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you think BFZ feels like the original Zendikar at all? Are you afraid Shadows over Innistrad won't do the set justice? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like and subbing to the channel. It goes a long way in supporting future content. You can always follow me on social media to catch my other opinions on MTG stuff. Find those links in the description below. For now though, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time.